Hi, welcome back to Your Money Mindset, guiding you to financial freedom and peace of mind. I'm your host, John McGregor. We've got a really important episode today because it really gets to the heart of why so many people are suffering financially unnecessarily, and why so many people, more and more people, are living paycheck to paycheck, especially more today than ever before because of COVID. In fact, when I started writing my books several years ago, 73% of people were living paycheck to paycheck. Today, it's 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. And based on my experience traveling the world, this is not just an issue in the United States. This is a global phenomenon. And sadly, the traditional methods of financial planning simply does not work. Telling somebody what to do and what not to do with their money is completely ineffective. And it's no different than health and fitness, right? We all know we need to eat better and exercise, yet very few people do it, right? And I think now the average New Year's resolution is approximately 11 days before people give up on all their New Year's goals. And I saw it every day in my office when individuals would come in and say, okay, John, we are ready to start planning our financial future. And when I showed them the graphs and the charts and the direction that they were headed in, if they maintain those same destructive financial behaviors that they've had in the past, the individuals in my office would get all jacked up and they'd get all extremely concerned about their situation. And then they'd be nudging each other and they'd say, honey, we got to get serious here. And then they look at me and they, okay, John, what's the plan? Let's do this. And for the next hour or so, or however meetings we had together to get their financial house in order and get them organized and get them on a game plan to success, we would high five, pinky swear, we would shake hands, hug, and they would commit to the plan that we mapped out together. But as soon as they left my office, they were on their way to an electronics store or Best Buy to buy a flat screen TV on a credit card that's already maxed out. In other words, our financial plan that we agreed to, that we committed to, basically had a shelf life of a few minutes or a few days before they were back to their old harmful and destructive financial behaviors. All that information I poured into my clients, all those graphs, those charts, those financial plans did nothing to affect meaningful and lasting change. And what I finally realized is that this financial epidemic that so many people are dealing with is not an information issue. It's a behavioral issue. And the only way to change behaviors is at the core of your mindset. And here's the missing piece. In order to affect meaningful behavioral change, financial behavioral change, you must discover and uncover what's deeply meaningful to you at your core. And I know many of you are thinking, hey, John, what's meaning got to do with my financial situation? I just lost my job due to COVID. I'm going through a divorce and losing half my money, and I can't make ends meet on what I'm earning right now. Look, I get it. I understand it. I hear from all of you that are suffering financially. But I also get that we all go through financial hardships at some point in our lives, right? And I tell you, there's an underlying reason why you and so many people are suffering financially. And what I've witnessed firsthand with people are the ones who managed to not only survive financial challenges, but also thrived were the ones who lived with meaning and knew what their true purpose in life was. That's the missing piece. That's where everyone goes wrong. Those were the ones who could always pick themselves up off the ground, brush off the dirt, and quickly get back on track. Having a deep core understanding of your meaning in life will trump difficult and challenging situations and harmful behaviors almost every single time. Why? Your personal meaning, what you were put on this earth for, has a tremendous influence on your behaviors and ultimately your destiny. And without understanding what's deeply meaningful to you at your core, and hence your true purpose in life, that's when your life can radically change for the better. Your harmful temptations are simply neutralized. It's a game changer. And without knowing that, you're basically a rudderless boat with no direction. Hence, you end up using money to dull your pain rather than to fulfill your purpose. So let me ask you, has there been a time or times in your life when you felt hopeless or frustrated or stuck? How did you feel overall? Were you searching for some escape, a way out, or a way to hide from how you felt at that time? Many people turn to various fixes, or as we call them, addictions. It could be alcohol, cigarettes, shopping, or buying something you've always wanted but couldn't really afford. It could be comfort food, a vacation you really couldn't afford, or whatever it was you used to escape. When we reach a moment when we lose sight of our meaning because our circumstances or our environment is not how we once dreamed it to be or would be, many of us tend to seek out other outlets. And too often these outlets tend to be harmful, sending us into a dangerous spiral that doesn't end those negative feelings, but actually builds them up, actually supports those negative things. And that in turn makes it more and more difficult for us to find and focus on our meaning in life. And without meaning, we don't have purpose. And without purpose, what do? Rinse and repeat, right? It's a dangerous catch-22. It's like a tornado sucking us in. And in Thrive Path, we refer to this as your reason to be. Research has shown neurologically that having a reason for living actually increases overall well-being and life satisfaction, improves mental and physical health, enhances resiliency and boosts self-esteem, and decreases the chances of depression. And most people in society have not taken the time to determine what is indeed deeply meaningful to them. And I don't mean the high-level stuff like your family or your profession or money or education. I mean deep at the core of who you truly are. Have you? Look, simply put, there's no self-realization, joy, fulfillment, or financial well-being without meaning. And your reason for living, your meaning exists in you right now. You can start by asking yourself what's meaningful to you, and then start drilling down on each of those things, asking yourself continuously why. Take a few days doing this and keep drilling down. Walk away from this and come back to it at a later time or different location and just keep drilling down. This can be an exhilarating and eye-opening exercise that could be the beginning of huge changes in your life. Well, I hope that made you think and made you realize that there is hope and there are possibilities no matter how difficult of a situation you're in right now. Hang in there. I'm with you by your side as you go through this journey of self-discovery, awareness, and ultimate transformation. It's never too late to start your journey to financial freedom and peace of mind. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. It's your choice. I've got a lot of free resources on my website that you can utilize immediately to begin that journey right now. So do me a favor, hit that bell below and subscribe and leave a comment. It's always great hearing from you. So with that, until next time, take care, upward and onward. Take care.